Welcome back to another round of GP Guayaquil. We have Boorango on Whimsy versus McGuffin on Podwatcher. So looking at McGuffin's hand, they have the combo pieces and I guess selective breeding. I don't think this hand's that good, but I think they're gonna keep because they have Witch of Spring's Promise to wheel the hand away.
Yeah, worst case scenario is just get rid of these cards and get a new hand.
Boorango, meanwhile, this is actually a really awkward hand because they don't have turn 1 green for Kamahudo Calf. Also, they don't have a fetch land for it either. So, yeah, really awkward hand, but they're going to keep because they have other stuff to do, like, I guess, watch from above. They're going to mill the opponent, though, which is weird because you have Kamahudo Calf, so you want to mill your own lands right now. But I guess Boorango just committing to the fact that they're a mill deck. Although I feel like you should mill yourself here. Because once you get Whimsy down, you can just mill at your own leisure. You're mainly just trying to stabilize and get Whimsy down first.
Yeah, I think that's more important than going for the straight mill.
Oof, another Calf. Yeah, that's super hard punish. They're gonna kill the cleanup crew. Back in response.
Doesn't seem great.
Yeah, it seems
it's an instant. You can just hold it.
It seems a bit premature, but maybe Boorango just doesn't want McGuffin to play something else out and then sack it immediately. Although, on 2 mana, I don't think McGuffin has anything that's worth sacking. And they just top deck in the cleanup crew, so,
They actually they can...
Another Oppressed a week.
I guess you could go play your Witch, and then try and get something, and then you can get Podwatcher, and then you can do the thing.
Yeah, next turn you play the Witch, and then turn after that you play Selective Reading for Godwatcher, and then you go off because you have Cleanup Crew up. If McGuffin plays a Witch, is Boorango going to kill it in order to prevent the Selective Reading from working?
It doesn't stop it at this point, because if McGuffin hits a land, then Selective Breeding 3 plus the 1 off the crew.
Well, it's not 3 plus.
It's even a way to call Podwatcher in that case.
Well, they still need to pay 2 for Selective Breeding because
it's mana value of the creature. Goes Council here.
They're getting extra copies of Selective Breeding, I guess. I definitely would have went for Witch of Spring's Promise though, because you want to get lands, right? And it also lets you wheel away the Dark Behemoth. Maybe they're trying to play around counter spells, and they assume Boorango has a sense of counter spells when they really don't, because they're mana screwed.
All their counter spells work without needing colors other than blue.
Yeah.
No sinkholes or anything.
Witch of Spring's Promise. Yeah, this should have been last turn.
Why don't I guess you're worried about getting counter spelled. Why would you be worried? I don't think you're super worried about getting counter spelled on one of your breedings, because you have so many.
Yeah.
Once Godwatcher hits, there's not really any response to it.
Well, with counter spells, I think you're more worried about the fact that Select Breeding sacks as a cost. So if you get your Selective Breeding countered, you also lose a creature, and you need 3 drops in order to Selective Breeding. So you don't actually get that many chances to selectively breed.
That's true. There's a Channeler, some more sack stuff, and a Ranger. Yeah, that's actually really good, because that means that even with a counter spell from Boo, it won't be enough, because there's 3 breedings in hand.
Yeah, and 2 3-drops to try to breed.
Yeah.
Boorango is going to Oppress the Week end of turn, right? Or else they're just wasting their mana, because Oppress the Week will not stop a Selective Breeding. And it's not going... Actually, no, it will stop a Godwatcher that's coming into play, because Godwatcher is an ETB trigger, so you can Oppress in response to the trigger. So that's what they're keeping Oppress up for.
Didn't hold it up, so that wasn't...
Yeah, that's... Now they're going to see the 3 Selective Breedings and probably really regret playing Corrupted Memory instead of holding up Oppress the Week.
Yeah. If Boo had a counter spell here, I think this would be more reasonable.
Yeah.
Because I don't get that paying to get rid of that clause, because there's no actually expensive non-creatures in McGuffin's deck. It's only breeding, which is a 1.
Yeah, good point. Why did they glitch? Did Boorango look at McGuffin's deck before the game? Are they looking at the public deck list right now, or are they just playing blind?
I would hope.
That's the truth.
Rough.
Okay, so now now McGuffin can play Bear to clear out any counter spells. And then now that they know Boorango's tapped, or not even tapped out, but just has nothing that they can do, they can just go for the combo.
Unfortunately, there wasn't really much Boorango could do there other than hold up a press.
Yeah, but actually Bear gets through that plan because, Bear takes a press and now Boorango's out of options. Unless they top deck a counter spell off the Bear or something.
Even with that, you could just, because even if Boorango, you play the first Godwatcher in response to ETB, kill it, McGuffin just selective breedings the other 3 drop.
Oh yeah,
and gets
right.
another Podwatcher, and then you out of responses at that point, and
Huh.
get to do the thing.
McGuffin's definitely thinking about it. I mean, I think the right choice here is just to not take anything so that Boorango can't top deck a counter spell, but they decide to take anyways.
Take suppress.
That feels incorrect. The right option here was just to take nothing, because you're allowed to take nothing with Bearer.
I think that's the kind of thing that doesn't come up really ever, is not taking something off of it to prevent the draw, but it is a May.
I mean,
When plus you go off this turn because you get Podwatcher.
you select a breeding for 1.
Yeah, 1 plus the 3 off of that equals 4, which lets you get Podwatcher.
Yep. Get Dark Behemoth. They have Cleanup Crew to stack their entire deck. Not stack their deck, but just cut their deck. McGuffin asking if they know how the combo works so that they can shortcut this part. Boorango says yes. So I guess, are they going to shortcut to the win? McGuffin just explaining how the combo works. Sack Godwatcher, sack Behemoth, which gets back Godwatcher, grab another Behemoth, loop them with Cleanup Crew. And okay, yeah, Boorango's also volunteering to answer. Melantil hits your room. Actually, what is the win con anyways in this deck?
Maybe Channeler?
Can they get Channeler off the room? Or how do you get Channeler into play?
Good question.
I mean, I know they probably do have a way to do that, but I'm just looking at the deck and trying to figure out how it all works together.
I mean, there's 2 Dark Behemoths.
Right,
so
I guess that's how they get it back. You just Dark Behemoth have them back during the loop.
So you have both in the grave. One of them you get out to... let me get out to do the thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Boorango trying really hard to concede right now and somehow failing.
Mm-hmm.
I can do it for you. Okay. Anyway, it's time to move on to the sideboarding. So McGuffin has some more Bear of Tormented Truth, because that lets you check for counter spells.
I'd say probably maybe Jade Vault, because it gets rid of Whimsy.
Yeah, although maybe you're not that worried about Whimsy, because if your opponent's milling you, then you're actually pretty happy about that.
Yeah, you don't care. Well, actually, getting milled is kind of bad because the room says this turn. So I think it is kind of important to not get milled, because
yeah. How much graveyard stuff does the opponent have? They have Chemical Calf and Cane Answer. Yeah, unassuming Swineherd is probably coming in.
Yeah.
And then for
probably Metamori.
Potion Inhibition. This is one of the few times where Potion Inhibition is really good.
Yeah, Potion will just shut down that.
Okay, yeah, McGuffin's definitely bringing in Jade Vault Reclaimer now.
Mm-hmm. It also deals with that Potion. And then Memento Mori, because good.
Yeah, graveyard stuff.
The only thing I can think of Forbidden Treasure is
I guess if you Forbidden Treasure the selective breeding, the opponent's kind of screwed.
You can still assemble the combo, it's just a lot harder. It's more sort of just dirtling while you draw into it.
Yeah, you have to pay for everything individually.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we are doing pretty good.
I got worried there because I realized I spoke for both of us.
I mean, would we not be doing good? This isn't the 2-hour game, so I don't think...
We've been through worse.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Boorango's still sideboarding. Okay, yeah, I guess they left while McGuffin was sideboarding, so we're gonna have to do some more waiting. This is the best part of Oh, okay, good. Great. Game 2 has started.
So, Boorango
finally draws a green land. I think this is probably a decent keep because you get Recall Forgotten Aeons pretty early.
Mm-hmm.
McGuffin, meanwhile, I think they have a pretty good hand too. Hierarchy Ranger into Channeler into selective breeding.
Yeah, because you can breeding, if you want to, you can breeding for 3 on the Ranger.
Yeah.
At which point, because you do have Channeler, which is Cleanup Crew.
Even better. Although I think you're just gonna start with Hierarch Ranger.
Yeah, you gotta start. If you're Ranger into Channeler, also Cleanup Crew, because why not?
Oppress the Weak.
It's a press. It's important again, not...
So do you kill Hierarch Ranger now, like Bolt the Bird style? Because I think you do. Just to, bolt the bird.
Yeah, it looks like, Boo's gonna bolt the bird here. I think that's a good move. Your deck is slower, and that's a combo deck that wins the turn. That's like a Channeler of the Veil, so...
Yeah, lots of stuff to selectively breed. So Boorango's gonna have to keep up Pierce the Storm if they want to get through this.
Can't Whimsy turn 3.
Well, they can, right? Off Lush Oasis.
I just meant that if you Whimsy here, then
You're fine. Your opponent, like your opponent's likely to be breeds, but they don't have a sack outlet.
McGuffin does that next turn, so yeah, turn to Whimsy, and then he can hold up Pierce and Recall.
Yeah, and if you mill your opponent's Dark Behemoth, then suddenly Godwatcher doesn't have a target.
There's 2 behemoths in the deck.
Yeah, and if you mill your room, then it's also kind of annoying.
I don't
actually no, because the Dark Behemoth just gets it back. So yeah,
you just Dark Behemoth it back when you need it. It is very important that Boo be smart here about holding up one of those removal bits. Presser, Pierce.
So McGuffin can't play out Channeler plus Cleanup Crew, but they might be playing into a board wipe. So how much does McGuffin want to play around a Noxious Upwelling?
I think play out. I mean, you should.
They're gonna selectively breed now. I guess that makes sense because.
Yeah, because there's not too much that Boo can actually do about that at this point.
Yeah, because they can't really kill it without actually killing it. Okay, but at least McGuffin doesn't win this turn.
That's true. If they draw into a second counter spell, then you can do like Pierce, counter the thing, and counter the other sack outlet.
Yeah, and they have Whimsy in play, so it's not like it's that unlikely for them to draw into another counter spell. There we go. Wait, do you have enough mana for 2 counter spells? Because Pierce costs.
No.
Well, I guess there's.
Recall. Recall.
I think this is not the right play.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't really matter. I don't think.
Potion of Inhibition. Wait, that might. Unfortunately, Boorango doesn't have the lands for it, but Potion of Inhibition might have gone there.
I think there's too much.
Yeah,
could have actually been done with a Pierce specifically. I don't think there was. It's 4 mana that turn, and then you gotta do math.
Actually, Boorango might have had a chance if they kept up Oppress the Week, because a well-timed removal spell on one of the sack outlets might have been enough to get there.
I mean...
Unfortunately, they have 2 things, right? So it wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, having the out there.
So what Boorango actually needed to do was not play Whimsy that turn, and instead play Forgotten Pit so that they had 4 untapped mana on turn 4. But of course, they wouldn't have known about that, so we can't really blame them for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so McGuffin's gonna go through the motions. Darkmeath gets back Godwatcher. Godwatcher gets another Dark Behemoth.
And the 2 just cycle.
Yeah.
2 Dark Behemoths.
With Channel of the Veil sacking to make your opponent lose life, you don't even have to do any fancy stuff with your room and whatever.
Tough game for the Whimsy deck there. Not really.
They definitely got a bit unlucky with game 1 not drawing green lands and game 2 having to tap land on turn 4.
Yeah. Would the tap land have changed anything?
Yeah, because then they would be able to double Pierce the Storm.
Would that have saved them?
Yeah, they counter both sack outlets.
It would have, yeah. Because then you can do it for 1 on the Cleanup Crew, and then for an additional 1 on the Veil. Although it only works if McGuffin plays Cleanup Crew first.
Well, it prevents the sack outlets from coming down that turn, so Boorango has a turn to play Potion of Inhibition.
That only works if McGuffin plays Cleanup Crew first, having 2 up. Because we go Channeler, then...
Well, they go Channeler, and then you play Pierce for 1, Pierce for 1. And that guarantees our opponent's not going to be resolving a sack outlet that turn, right? No, wait, does your opponent still have a land play remaining?
Yeah, McGuffin didn't play land this turn.
Yeah.
So in this case, not even that would have helped because McGuffin led with Veil.
Would a timely Oppress the Week have done anything then? Yeah, you sack Godwatcher, and then in response you kill the sack outlet, so then the Dark Behemoth comes down with nothing to sack it.
Yeah, that would have worked. The only downside being that then immediately goes into surveils a bunch.
Well, no, you kill the sack outlet, right? Like, you have 2 Oppress the Week. So when your opponent plays the other sack outlet, you kill it in response to your opponent sacking Dark Behemoth. But then Dark Behemoth just... But if Dark Behemoth brings back the other sack outlet, then they won't have Dark Behemoth bring back the Dark Behemoth. So yeah, it works out either ways. You prevent your opponent from going off that turn.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, you can play Potion of Inhibition.
At that point, Potion doesn't really matter, though, because McGuffin has the Dark Behemoths.
Right, but again, they don't have a sack outlet to start this chain. You just hope your opponent doesn't draw one. You get to untap with counter spells, so you're more likely to stop your opponent afterwards.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, no point in speculating about how the game would have gone if Boorango played differently.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. A pretty unfortunate game for Boorango. And McGuffin takes another win with Podwatcher, the newest and hottest combo deck in the format.
The old Podwatcher.